actually use the library database searches. The first thing you're going to want to do is to log into the classroom, and as you can see, we're on the home page. Next, you're going to scroll down on the left-hand toolbars and select Library. This will bring us to the library home page, and as you can see, everything is actually listed in alphabetical order. So this makes it a little bit easier when you're looking for a specific database. There's also some tutorials that they offer through the library. These are going to help you learn how to better search for particular things. As soon as this comes up, I'll kind of show you some of them. So as you can see, there's the searching for articles tutorial, how to choose a database, finding an article when you have the citation. This one's kind of important because sometimes you may find a source and they've referenced another source that may have information that you'd like to review further. So this is a great tutorial for that. How to find full text articles instead of just the ones with the abstracts, and several others. So you may start here too if you're not familiar with the library. So I'm just going to go back to the library. And typically we're going to use 3 databases for this type of research that we're doing in this class. EBSCOhost is one of the most popular ones. We've also got Project Muse and ProQuest. And you'll see there's several other databases in here, but these are typically the 3 that you would use for this class. JSTOR is actually really great too, but you can see that these are more for arts and sciences and literature. So if you're maybe analyzing a piece of literature, you might want to go in here. I'm going to start with EBSCOhost. And I'm just going to briefly kind of show you what to expect. So we're going to do an EBSCOhost database search. So I'm going to choose that option. And then it's going to ask me which databases do I want to actually look in. And because we're just doing a preliminary research and we're just kind of starting, we're just going to do select all and continue. Now I'm to the search area where I'm going to input my information. And as an example today, I'm going to just use the childhood obesity option, and I'm going to argue that parents' poor choices are to blame. So my search terms might include parents and childhood and obesity. And then there's a lot of options down here. I'm going to choose full text. I'm also going to just quickly scan. And most of this is just if you're doing a super advanced search, and I'm just going to keep it really simple. I just want full text, and I'm going to click search. Okay, and then now it's going to give me my return. And I'm just going to start browsing through the titles and briefly kind of reviewing the information listed. And this looks like this might be a great option for me. Parents' food choices, obesity among minority parents and children. This may be really helpful for someone who's arguing, say, that economics plays a huge role in childhood obesity today. So I'm just going to choose my option. And then I'm going to work to obviously scan through the information and see if it's something I can actually use. And you can see over here the full text I can download as a PDF to save it on my computer, which is always a great option so you don't lose it. You can print it, and then say I really think this is going to be helpful and I'm going to use a quote from this, and I need to be able to cite the source. Okay, so I click on this option that says Cite to the right-hand side, and it's going to actually show me what the APA version of this should look like. And all I have to do is copy it and then paste it into my Word document. It's really simple, and this is a great tool, so you don't have to actually create your own citation for this. These databases will help you with that. Okay, so I'm done with EBSCOhost, and now I'm going to go and see what maybe ProQuest has to offer me. So I'm going to exit out of EBSCOhost, and I'm going to come down to ProQuest. And again, ProQuest is going to start by asking me which databases do I actually want to use. And I'm just going to, again, select all and push continue. And now ProQuest has two options for their search. They have the basic, and then they have advanced. And typically you're going to start with basic when you're doing your preliminary research, and then if you have more specifics that you're really wanting to hone in on later on, you could go to advanced, and that just allows you to put more restrictions on your search so that your return is going to be more specific. So again, I'm going to choose parents, childhood, and obesity. And I'm just going to leave it as my multiple databases, and I'm again going to select full text documents. And you can choose the scholarly journals. Most of these are already peer reviewed, so that's up to you. And I'm going to click the search. And then here are my search results again. So there's lots of options with this argument. This first one would be great if you're going to argue something like restaurant advertising is one of the main contributors to the current obesity epidemic in the U.S. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on this first one. And you'll see here's the full text. It's a pretty brief article, and it gives me all the information. I'm going to scan it, see if it's something I want. If it is, again, you can print here. You can email a copy of this to yourself. You can also cite within ProQuest. So I'm just going to show you this. So click on Cite This. And then you always want to make sure this says APA. Again, all you're going to do is select it, copy it, and paste it into your Word document. And that's basically ProQuest. And finally, I'm just going to do a quick entry into Project Muse just to show you what this one looks like. They all basically do the same thing. You're going to get different journals in some of them. So here's their browse. So I'm just going to search again. Parents. And I'm going to hit search. Here you can see that you could have narrowed this down to just the medical area. And already here's some great ones, parents and role in preventing childhood obesity. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that, and it'll give me my full article here. I can read through it again. I can print it. I can save it as a PDF. And just make sure in Project Muse there isn't a citation point. So you need to make sure that you save these ones somewhere so that you have the information when you do need to go and make your citation. This is basically it. They're pretty straightforward. If you're finding that you're having a hard time getting pertinent results, change up your search terms. It's always a good tip to have like a thesaurus handy. And, if something isn't working, look up another word that means the same thing, throw it in there, see what happens. A lot of the times they may be using different terms in their titles or abstracts, and just changing one or two things in your search terms will send back a huge amount of different information. If anybody has any questions, just let me know, and good luck with your research this week.